Yo, what's good, everybody out there? This is your boy Direct. I'm here with Live Hip Hop Daily, man. We got a special guest in the building, my man Bowdy Johnson, man. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
I'm great as always, man. But we here to talk about something special.
All right, let's get to
that
it.
you were just part of, man. Gully TV put out that PILLMATIC 2.
Right.
And you got that song "Gotta Work" on there. So tell us a little bit about the song, how you got involved with the project, and who else is on the song as well.
All right, yeah. I got Just Dave on the song with me.
Okay.
The project, like you said, is PILLMATIC 2, and it's a double compilation album. The whole album is produced by P.A. Dre.
Okay.
A lot of people know him as R.J. Payne's in-house producer.
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah, Gully TV, he hit me up on Instagram. Gully TV's managing me now. He saw me on Instagram. He hit me up.
That's what's up.
He's like, I think we got this track. We want to get you on this project. And we made it happen rather quickly, too. I'm going to say that, too. That was impressive how quick we got it together. But it's a project that dropped 2 days ago, and the project's stacked. And it's like Punchline, Wordsworth, Planet Asia, Roscoe P, Gold Chain, Rusty Jux, Smoke Dizza, Mickey Fax. And these are the cats I can just come off with that quick.
Right.
So it's stacked. And I'm on side B, the last track right before Gully gives his piece on the outro.
So this joint has a side A and a side B.
Correct.
This is kind of giving me that old school feel when we were in what a lot of people would call the golden era. Is that what the feel Gully TV is trying to bring back with the project?
Absolutely. He's about, like, I hate the term real hip hop, but that's, that's like when we get to this point in hip hop, maybe that's what it's real hip hop. It's about the real beats, the real lyrics, having cats going like, oh, but it's dope all the way through. But I know he even has some R&B joints, because I know P.A. Dre is focusing on R&B, but it's all flavor, but it's all types of flavor, but it's that raw hip hop shit for sure.
I got you.
What we associate, like you said, but that's coming back full circle.
And I think that when you say the words raw hip hop, like that's how I probably would describe your style, from the tone of voice to the vibe of the beats. I feel like you're coming with a style that's not super prevalent right now. So you're one of the only cats really spitting.
Right.
The
a lot
way
of cats
you are.
say it's the angry white man style, but I don't really go with that. I mean, I'm an angry individual. So I think we all are, man, right? At the time we're living in, if you ain't pissed off, then you fucked up. So
So yo, let's talk about your upbringing a little bit. So you grew up everywhere, right?
Yeah, I'd say that for sure, absolutely. All corners, keep it in the country.
Right. And that's something that you talk about a lot in your music. So what are some places you've touched, and how have they influenced your style as an artist?
I mean, originally I was born in Chattanooga, where I'm actually at now. Like, just like I was saying with hip hop, full circle, I'm back to Chattanooga. But I was born in Chattanooga. I moved out to L.A. early. I went to Fairfax High, Hollywood High, and it really does. Why I feel like I have to clarify that is because it's genuine and it reflects my style. I don't like when cats like saying like, yo, where is he from? He sounded like this on this track. No, that's genuine though. So I'm not gonna fake my own funk. You feel me? So like I even remember in that whole purist hip hop era or whatever, and cats were hating on Lil Wayne, I would have to bring back my time in New Orleans. Be like, man, I see those cats grip that mixtape like a Bible and praise his lyrics. So all that shit goes through my head when I write. Like I'm not gonna. Yeah, I just like all styles. I mean, because hip-hop's hip-hop.
So what place do you think influenced you the most?
After Jay Electronica came out, I'd say New Orleans. Because he was like, he's not, but when I heard him, he really kind of represented the city to me, because I was homeless in New Orleans for a minute too, right on Bourbon. All cats would come by me, and it really is. I always call New Orleans like the only, even though it's Creole and it's French derivative, it's still one of the only cities in the country that has its own culture. And you can just go out, and there's so many, and that's why I like cats from like Currency, like from New Orleans, because they show there's that, there's bars down there. You know what I mean? And I love Cash Money, and I love all that shit. But there's a whole different side to New Orleans. But I hate LA too, because I was so young going to Project Blow on the Mark. I couldn't rap yet, and I'd watch them do their thing and be amazed and see how, like cats like Shapeshifters. There was so many styles of LA. It's not the gangster just shit. There was real bar. I hate saying all that purist shit. Those, real bars, man. Real. It's subjective. Art's subjective. You feel me? So, but yeah, LA too. Growing up there, there were so many different styles. It was, AC alone, but then, you know, there was the shit going on in the, like, you know, other places. So
Yo, Project Blowed is a crazy place. Like you said, AC Alone, Bus Driver.
bus driver, yeah.
My man, No Can Do, Jimmy.
Yeah, all
You know
these
what I'm
cats that were
saying?
like,
Dumbfounded. There's a lot of crazy cats from that scene.
yes, and I
You know
was
what I'm
real
saying?
young. I never rapped, but these are things, like I said, I briefly touch into. And, you know,
Right.
when you're, and like I touched with you earlier on, when I say who you are, I know it goes deeper than that, but I'm like reflecting on 18 prior. And I've kept it moving since then, too. But I was moving prior to then, too, for sure.
Right. So, the funny thing is that a lot of people wouldn't know is that me and you actually went to school together.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? In Orlando, Florida at Full Sail.
Ozone. What up, Ozone?
Yeah, and we got a lot of famous and successful classmates.
All right, I can.
We went to school with too, so it's dope seeing you back on your grind.
Last time I saw you was at A3C in Atlanta. I was just walking
Right.
with my boy who I'm working with right now, Ocean Ave, and I saw you. I'm like, direct, and he's like, Bowdy. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a hip hop small world.
How do you think that whole Full Sail thing and really getting to meet a lot of people who shared the same craft as you and people who were sharpening their skill set, do you feel like that affected your journey at all?
Absolutely, but it gave me a way more different point on just society and where we're at as a country. But we can get into that later, because when I left Full Sail, I'm more than like, wow, all this talent here. I'm like, wow, the country really fucking us. They don't give a fuck about education. But we get into that. But if you're asking what I got out, that's like the main thing I brought. But there was so much talent. I was just bringing up to you, Anik Khan, my homeboy Gladkill. And I'll put you on the spot too. When I'm traveling, I put you on the spot. I'm like, you meant direct. Yeah, you came from our class or one of my classes, because yeah, and you created Grind Time, which was a huge. People don't understand unless they're in Orlando how popping that was.
Yeah,
They don't. I took you to a couple things. I remember I drove you to one, yeah, and you were
Yeah,
starting
yeah.
from the ground up.
That was actually Spit Camp. When I went, I
Yep.
have the video. You could hear you in the background. I battled a dude named State of Mind.
Yep.
You was holding the camera.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy. Hip hop.
Yeah, the first battle I won, he took me there and was a cameraman. You know what
But
I'm
as
saying?
I was telling you, Full Sail didn't end up that well for me though.
Yeah. So like, what happened? Why didn't it end up?
I mean, I'll be straight. It's almost like I don't try to tell a story. I tell a story and I still get goosebumps. Like we got to the last day of finals, right? We're about to take this class. I was doing my own thing because we know how the debt is there. So I was pushing. I was doing my hustle, right? I was only selling weed. I got I got something else. Some dude meet me up. We pull behind the Walgreens. I got MP5s, 3 DEA on each side yelling at me like, drop the gun. I did not have a gun, but when you get set up, you realize all this shit gets painted for you.
Right.
So I had a gun that I was going to pull on them. I was just unaware of that at that time. I wasn't going to do that. Yeah. And they got me all out. Literally a day before I was supposed to graduate, I got popped for trafficking LSD. And it kind of fucked up my life a little bit, to keep it real. So I have like these, it really did fuck up my life. And the dude who set me up was my guy. And that's how you see how twisted. That's what I mean. When I left Full Sail, I just realized how twisted society is. Because I'm like, how the dude who's fronting me, my shit, he's fronting me some white, but all of a sudden I get something else. He sets me up. They got MP5s in my face saying, "Who's your dealer?" I'm looking in the back seat, like, should I say it's you? Like I don't know. Like I'm not gonna do that though, obviously, because that's the game. But yeah, man, I just realized how fucked up the world is, and that really fucked my life up then. Yeah, because I didn't get to. And Full Sail is kind of crooked. I couldn't, like, in order to get back to take that last test, I had to deposit another $10K to go back to the last 3 classes, even though I passed them. The shit just kept adding up. And yeah, man, it was crazy because, like we're saying, there were successful cats, you know, leaving there, doing their own thing, doing some big things.
So you got locked up in Orlando?
I got locked up, Orange County. I didn't go to state time, so I wasn't doing prison. I was just in jail. It was my first charge. So if it wasn't my first charge, you know, and how the game goes, it's crazy. Since it was trafficking, it was a minimum mandatory. It was the federal guideline, right? So I was going to be locked away for 5, and I was a flight risk because I had my license from California. My phone number was from California. Like, he don't have any family here. He's going to book it, which wasn't the case. That's, again, how society's so fucked up. All this shit just to fuck you. And, yeah, I was there for about close to 6 months in Orange County. Which Orange County was cool, and hip hop saved my life, dog. I'll be real. It was like I got in there and I was rapping, right? And it got to the point, like a month in, they were not asking me to rap. I had a homeboy who would take me around and be like, he's going to rap for you. He's actually dope, too. Wait till you hear this. And man, I don't know how it went later on. If you're there for 5 years, I'm sure it would have gotten more tricky. But yeah, I got out. And, you know, I remember I went to St. Petersburg. after that because I pled the whole I'm an addict thing. I don't sell
Yeah.
drugs. I use drugs. If you guys need any hands, that's what you do. And then I went to a rehab. I was going to do in a rehab with a big ass ankle bracelet on me, having these motherfuckers tell me, you ain't a real addict. I'm like, man, what type of world am I in right now telling me you're not a junkie? Man, yeah, it was wild.
So, question for you. So we're in an era of music right now where everybody put what they went through in their raps and stuff like that. But I noticed something. A lot of people who went through some of the realest stuff, they don't even like to talk about it. They
It's
rather
too real.
just laugh and have fun. So, like with you, do you purposely not tell jail stories in your
I tell
raps
my
and stuff
addiction
like that?
stories, man. It gets real. You can look at me, it gets real, and I don't hide nothing. I do not, and that's what I really want to get there. I want to put my music to the next level to have people identify with me because I know addiction's real.
Right.
I know all that shit's real. But the jail stuff, do I talk about that? No, because when I was in jail, I met motherfuckers who should talk about that. That ain't my position. If I'm telling you I was only there for less than a year, it's not my position to be like, yo, I ain't talking about bars. I'm talking about metal bar. You know, that ain't my thing because I'm not the prison dude because I met
Right.
cats in there who have been in there for life or coming in and out. You know, I even be real. Like I remember I got an hourglass tied because I did juvie time. I did this, so probably I've done it close to a couple of years altogether. I didn't I earned that, but to compare to other cats who got it, I remember I looked at a dude. He had a big like hour sandglass. I'm like, that shit's hard. He's like, yeah, time served. You lose time. I'm like, I'm gonna get that. And then just looking back, like I didn't probably. I did time. I got the tattoo, but I don't talk about jail shit because I was shivering in the corner, probably pissing on myself, going through withdrawals, and that's why would you want to talk about? That's why cats don't want to talk about that. But yeah, a lot of cats they never want to talk about their real shit because it hurts, and that's what these MCs have to do. Hopefully, like things are going full circle. I mean. That's what I hope about hip hop can go. It can go to that next songwriting era where it doesn't. It can be real. I'm not saying there's so many real songs written. I know the histories, but just to go to that next era where you can really write hip hop ballads, hip hop this. You can touch on those inner issues and not be reflected upon like, yo, junkie. And I can mad cats who calling me a junkie. I can look back at them and rip them apart. I'm so happy of my struggle that I got through it. But see, there is two parts of it. You don't want to talk about. You got cats going like this, not an out of the mic. They're not going to talk about the struggle because they're in it.
Yeah, facts.
And, you know, it's about getting out of it, and then looking at it and be like, that's what I did. You know, I have cats who I thought were close to me ripping me apart about addiction. All of a sudden, we're doing like. Man, they will use it against you. They will do everything you can, but you got to look at what you do as a struggle. And if you get through the struggle, that's the whole thing. It's relative. Whether there's three parts: before, in it, and after. You can't speak about it before because you don't know it. But in the middle, you're about to just be like, man, next person who asks me about it, I'm gonna slap them. And then when you get to when you're at where I'm at, man, I'm doing good, at least decent. So it's like, man, as long as you're not afraid of your past, I feel with anybody, as long as you look the man in the eye and say, this is what happened.
Right.
The thing that you think is the worst, that person's gonna look at you and brag about it to other. Man, I met this dude that did this, and you should see what he's doing right now. I never went through that. I'm soft, and they don't say that, but that's what I'm like. Yeah, you are soft. No, yeah, what's up? But I'm not really like that.
So, yo, bringing it back to the music for a second. You know what I'm saying? When I met you, we would have extensive conversations about nonfiction. I think you're one of the people that really push nonfiction onto me.
Yeah, they're
Jedi Mind Tricks.
A lot of people compare me to Vinny Paz, man. That's like the one thing I get. I mean, I love Vinny, but no matter what, I'm sure he can say the same thing once you just start getting said that so many things. You're like, the last thing you want to say is, fuck that. Not him either, but man, he was an inspiration. But yeah, a lot of cats, like Ill Bill, man. Ill Bill's one of the best MCs ever, nonfiction, right? And his brother Necro, man, they've been doing shit since, we're talking early 90s, way before Eminem. You feel me? So yeah, my bad, but yeah.
No, you good.
Nonfiction's the shit. I know they got like MC Search, all this shit goes deep in nonfiction.
Yeah. So another thing I want to ask you is music that you got dropping. I know you got features with Boldy James,
Right.
Marv One, Ed O.G.
Right.
Who else have you got on tracks, and when can we expect to hear more music from you?
Those three you mentioned right there, it's supposed to be on a project I have called The Parisian with Manchild, who is a phenomenal producer and engineer. One of the best I've heard, Full Sail. That's how I met him. Incredible producer. We got one project out that has a track with Boldy James and Ed O.G. What up, Ed O.G.? Thanks for everything. He's been on like a bunch of tracks with me. That's out, but yeah, we got something in the works that's kind of like stacked with Boldy, Edo, Marv One, but it's the same producer. That's on the Parisian. I got another track with Edo. And I got another project called Big Space with my homie Big Space, who's Prince of Space. Every project I put out, I try to work with one producer. So I got 3 albums right now. Fat and Healthy.
I like that.
Fat and Healthy with my boy Ocean Ave Records, who has a couple full albums out with Cool Keith. That's how I met him. I was actually with him when I saw you. I don't expect you to remember that.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Big Space, which is with the Prince of Space. We have an album coming out right now next month. That's incredible. It's like more my eclectic shit.
Yeah, right.
Like out there, hence the space shit. It's
Yeah.
out there. Like I'm singing on it, doing all crazy shit on it. Yeah, and I've been dropping a track. Like I've been taking this, like I told you, I've only been like, really going hard after getting locked and all that. I've been going hard for a year, and I've been dropping a single every week. Every week with Pharoah G, Suspect Allegedly, a lot of Rhode Island cats. What up to Rhode Island hip hop? What up to Boston hip hop? Yeah, I'm dropping a lot of stuff. Like some people, I'd like to talk about that to you. Like some people are saying, yo, you're making your music disposable because you're releasing too much. But I don't have the financial ways to back, so I'm promoting my music with more music. And luckily, most luckily, Gully TV reached out to me, and that's officially my manager now. We're going to be working together in the future to try and take my shit to the next level, and that's why.
That's what's up.
That's the goal. I mean, I'm just going to keep trying to write music and try and tell a story that people might want to hear. I have the confidence they want to hear it. They just got to listen.
Right. Switch up the topic a little bit, because you even said that you mentioned Ill Bill was out before Eminem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't have deep knowledge of hip hop to even be able to spit back stuff like that.
Right.
So I got a dope question for you,
Okay.
man. Who do you think are the top 5 white rappers?
5 white rappers?
Not now, just all time. Who's your top 5?
Caucasian,
Yep.
Ill Bill, and these aren't in any order, okay? Ill Bill, I like Vinny Paz, Evidence, I hope he's fully white. First of all, I got a lot of names in my head. I just like top 5. So then, what up, Gully? Mr. Eon, he's dope. I'm trying to think of some scientificals.
You don't want to say the wrong name.
I know, right? Let's give it to God, there's so many. And let's give it to LP.
Oh, yeah, of course. Legend.
Yeah.
Legend. You named a lot of legends there.
Well, I was thinking too, like white artists, LP and Evidence, are like, even without white, I'd put them as like top MC
Right.
producers. Because they forget, who can make beats. And, I'm going to be getting killed if my homies see this. They'll be like, man, you talk about that dude all the time.
Yeah, nah, but that was a dope list. You got Dilated Peoples in there.
Yeah.
You got Run the Jewels in there. You got some nonfiction in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I definitely like
MC
that list,
Search too. Like MC Search is like the original white boy to me.
man. Right.
Like he really did it to me. Like I know like who could really rap, who could really rap, absolutely. So bigs up to MC Search, and the shit he's done behind the scenes is crazy.
I think the Gasface joint was probably the first
Nas or
record put out that.
MF Doom and
Well, I was gonna say that. With Zev Love X. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the first. One of the first records put out by a white MC where everybody was like, nah, this dude is crazy.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's a lot like Diabolical. There's a lot of dope white MCs that, I think a big thing with white MCs is just to make sure they don't go out saying
Right.
white MC right here. But
Yo, I'm going to throw you a curveball real
absolutely.
quick. The top 5 white MCs right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
I like Jack Harlow. I do
Jack
like,
Harlow's
because
fire,
like
yeah.
I'll never take away from a cat that can actually rap. Like I know Jack Harlow can rap. I heard him rapping. Let me give a shout out to where I am right now, Chattanooga, with YG Tut and DJ Shuey.
Okay.
They're like related to Isaiah Rashad, who's out of Chattanooga, real hip hop. But yeah, they did a show with him. Jack Harlow, is Yeet white? There you go.
Yeah.
That is Yeet white?
Ambiguous?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess I'm not, I can freestyle, but I guess I'm not that good on the spot.
I'm trying to think who's some other people I've let at you. A lot of people like Lil Mabu. He's a young cat right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about, there's
You know
so
what I'm
many
saying?
cats on the level
Yeah.
that I'm at that I could list like crazy. There's so many
Yeah.
white cats in the underground doing their thing. But yeah, Mabu's a marketing genius.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
I get into this a lot. I love all music, so
Mm-hmm.
it's hard for me to hate on people. I love commercial hip hop. I love all that shit. That's like, maybe I listen to that more. But if Yeat's white, I'll give it to him.
I got one for you. Nims.
Is he white? I thought he was
He's
Hispanic.
Irish and Puerto Rican.
Nims he's definitely up there.
Yeah.
I always thought he was Latino, to be real,
Yeah.
like 100% Latino.
Shout out Nims.
I mean, and the cats I mentioned are still doing the thing. Ill Bill just dropped an album.
Yeah.
I know that for sure. Necro, a lot of cats will hate on Necro, but like, I didn't say that Necro, but a lot of cats, like, he's one of the best. He's out there, like all this horrorcore, you know about the horrorcore genre and all that. Like the horrorcore genre is such a market where there's so much money spent, but it's cool. But yeah, it's dope. But there's just a lot of cats out there. But like, there's that dude Thomas Arizona who did that Roxanne joint. But man, I'm not on my political shit, but I just don't see color.
Yeah, nah. I mean, with the way things are going right now, I feel you.
Right.
I feel you, my brother.
I mean, it's man, I just got yelled at that by like somebody's like, man, you gotta stop calling me my brother. I love you like a brother, but you can't call me that. I'm like, man, no, but yeah, because I know I'm gonna forget some names when I get home. Like, there's that Suicide Boys. I fuck with them hard.
Oh yeah, Suicide Boys. Yeah.
And they're two white boys from New Orleans.
Yeah.
I fuck with them hard. Puya, but I think he's Hispanic. It's the
Puya's
same
fine,
shit
yeah.
though. I'm not saying Puya or anybody. When I went to
Yeah.
high school in West Palm Beach, dog, nobody would admit they're white. Every white boy, every white boy was Cuban. Because I don't know if you've seen Cubans, but they can
Yeah.
look hella white.
Yeah.
So once they picked up on that, they're like, we had that shit, the beaded necklace trend when you had your flag there.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, redhead with freckles, you live in Wellington, and if you're white, then I'm skinny and the Queen of England, you're fucked up. He's like, man, I'm like, man, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Is that where the Island Boys from West Palm?
They could be. I would say yes, even though I don't know. But I went to Palm Beach. I went to Santa Lucia, Lake Worth, Highwood up. I'd walk right in, right, and walk right out to the bus. But yeah, Florida, all that. It's so crazy. Like, Florida dudes are just beyond wild. Like, when I was there, they're fucking the wildest people ever. They're crazy.
Yeah, Florida's a crazy place. There's 99 different accents there. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
when I went to high school in West Palm Beach, I just called it Staten Island High. Because nobody was from West Palm Beach. You would hear, like I thought I'm in Florida. They'd be like, yo, son, what's the mathematics on that right there? I'd be like, we're in West Palm Beach. And it was like, I called it Staten Island High because everybody was from Staten Island or from Brooklyn, transplants. Transplant, that's what the Florida is as a whole. So it was interesting, though, because I'd get into it.
That's ill, man. You really got a crazy story, and definitely I want to see you give more to the people. It's dope that I know you personally. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
keep building.
And definitely, man. PILLMATIC 2
Gully TV.
out now on all DSPs, right?
That's right.
He's Bowdy Johnson. You can find him at Bowdy Johnson
everywhere. Instagram. My shit's only a year old. I appreciate these opportunities because I'm just starting out. Let's tap in, man. Let's tap in. You fuck with the music. I can almost guarantee it. If I could have a way where you could all meet up with, slap me if you don't, I'd do it, but that wouldn't happen because you'd fuck with it. You fuck with the music.
This is Live Hip Hop Daily. I go by Direct. You can find me at DRECT everywhere.
Legend.
Man, PILLMATIC 2, let's get it.
And yo, I'm giving my props to you as I'm sitting here. Thanks for what you've done for hip hop,
My
man.
guy.
Grind mode. What a movement. For real.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.